Mahaprabhu established that Braj Krishna is the topmost feature of Bhagavan. But he doesn't glorify himself as Bhagavan because he's the incarnation. But the devotees of Mahaprabhu, they established, actually he revealed himself in certain pastimes. But really we know that Mahaprabhu himself, that Bhagavan, but he has more specialties than Krishna himself because Krishna wanted to inquire into certain things that he could not even understand. And therefore he became Mahaprabhu. So even Krishna was doing this Brahma Jigyasa. Krishna was inquiring into certain things that he couldn't understand, and therefore he became Mahaprabhu. So what are those things Krishna couldn't understand? Why did he become Mahaprabhu? So it's described in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita by, it's verses from Rupa Goswami, that Krishna, he became, when he saw the level of Radhika's prem and bhav, he couldn't understand her glories, that glory of her love, and he wanted to understand it so much. He was so eager to understand that he decided, okay, I must take shelter of Radhika and incarnate as her, with her mood. And so that's why Krishna, he became covered internally and externally with Radhika's bhav. Externally in the form of her golden complexion, Radha Angaduti, and internally with Radhika's moods. So when Krishna appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is as Srimati Radhika internally and externally. Now, that's why we mentioned this verse, Antar Krishna Bahir Gaur. Actually, he is Krishna, but he is taking shelter of his Shakti Srimati Radhika because he couldn't understand the exalted nature of her love. Something that even God could not understand. So he had to become Mahaprabhu. And that's why Mahaprabhu appeared. So there's a verse, Sri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidriso Vanayeva. He wanted to understand what is that glory of Srimati Radhika's love. Sokyam Chasya Mad Anubhavata Kiddisham Beti Lovat. What is that happiness? He saw in their meeting that Radhika would experience happiness millions of times greater than his own. And so he was thinking, what is that sweetness? And also Krishna was seeing his own beauty, but he could not understand it from the perspective of the Bhakta. Why the Bhakta feels so much happiness in serving Krishna and in having relationship with Krishna. So therefore he thought, I must myself become a Bhakta. So for this reason, Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, therefore, the highest personification of that Parabrahman. Because that thing that Krishna could not understand, he had to become Mahaprabhu to understand. And he searched for that, Jigyasa. So that's why it said that Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there's another verse Rupa Goswami gives, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shakti Rasmad. That Krishna and Radha combine as Ladini Shakti and Krishna, Samvit Shakti, they combine in one form. But that verse says ultimately they are one. So when we are inquiring about the Brahman, the absolute truth, we should not think of it as only Bhagavan in the masculine aspect, but ultimately as the divine moieties, the inseparable halves that together combine into the one absolute truth. That is Shakti Matora Beda. And even this creation, another speciality of Mahaprabhu's philosophy is that he established what's called Shakti Parinambad. All the other Sampradayas, including Vaishnava Sampradayas, they established that this world, the jivas, they come from the absolute truth himself as the male side. But Mahaprabhu established what's called Shakti Parinambad, which means ultimately, everything is a transformation of that divine energy of the Lord. Therefore, us jivas, even though we are Vibhinangsa of Krishna, part and parcel of the Supreme Godhood, still, our direct relation to Krishna is through the medium of Swarup Shakti, ultimately in its highest aspect as Srimati Radharani. So that's another specialty of Mahaprabhu's line. And Mahaprabhu is Godhood in the combined form of Shakti Shaktiman. And what's very interesting is that in that combined form, he is in the mood of the devotee, so he's always seeking God in the mood of separation, even though he is the combined form of the lover and the beloved, or the devotee and the Lord himself. So Mahaprabhu appeared and he is Radha Krishna Pranaya. And then it said again, even though Radha Krishna are two, they become one as Gaur Hari. And in that form of Gaur Hari, he is searching for Krishna.